Hey there, Tom here from Fibonacci-Traders.com. You're welcome for another weekly edition, my top stocks to watch. So like, subscribe, and without any further ado, let's see the charts. So as usual, before we dig in my top stocks to watch for the coming week, let's make a quick recap of previous trading week. SPY ended up the week with 2% to the downside, gave back a little less than 50% from elections week gains. Overall, we're still inside an uptrend channel, the SPY. This is how it looks on the daily. Now we have a gap to the upside, gap to the downside, 594 to the upside, 576 to the downside. Let me know in the comments below which gap will get filled first, the 591 or the 576. QQQ ended up the week with 3.4% to the downside, more than 60% gave back from election week's gains. Now on the weekly, 495 is the support. On the daily, it looks like this. Always zoom in and zoom out to get a better point of view of price action. And as we can see, we have a gap to the upside over here at the 508, and we have a gap to the downside at the 493, and Friday got stuck between two Fibonacci levels, the resistance 503, support 495. It all comes down, ladies and gentlemen. Follow Fibonacci and trend lines, and they will give you the most accurate roadmap for future price action. Dow Jones ended up the week on the downside, 1.3%. Now 431, all this area, 430, 431 on the weekly is the support. This is how the Dow looks on the daily. We have a gap over here at the 437 area, and we have a major gap at the 422. Remember, more than 85-90% of all gaps, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of time when they will get filled. IWM, nasty 4% to the downside. Now going back to retest the 225 area from a major resistance. Since July until previous week, the first week of November, it was a very, very tough resistance. 3.5 months of resistance. Broke up, now going back down, retest it, breaking below, and we are back inside the weekly yellow zone to the 220 area. This is how the IWM looks on the daily. Not a pretty sight. 226, 227 is the support. Below it, we are going to close the gap at the 225. Bitcoin, for the time that I'm recording this video, 21 hours till the week is over. For Bitcoin, 12% until now, 12%. Last week, 17% bullish on the Bitcoin. This is how it looks on the daily. Basically, in the past 6 days on the daily, not much of a movement. On Monday, we had a big move, which gave us this weekly candle. On the daily, 87. Listen to this number. 87 needs to hold as support. Below it, 83. Continuation above the 93 area. And in my opinion, we will see 120 by the end of 2024. 6 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, only 6 weeks left. Ethereum for now 3.6% to the downside on the weekly. This is how it looks on the daily. We had this massive bull run. Now 38.2% already gave back. The upper border of the yellow zone, the 30-30, needs to hold the support, otherwise back to the 27.72. Ethereum is lagging behind Bitcoin. Usually it does. We need Bitcoin to give us another bull run to the upside, maybe all the way to 110, and then it will come down, and then Ethereum will give us its momentum to the upside, in my opinion, 45 and 59 by the end of 2024. MAGS, the Magnificent 7 ETF, ended up the week with 2.8%. Overall, we are still higher highs, higher lows. 49 needs to hold support, below it 47, long continuation, and we will see 56. IGV, what a nasty weekly doji candle. After this bull run, this kind of doji usually represents a trend reversal. Maybe not next week. Maybe next week we will get some kind of an inside candle, weekly candle, to close this, to fill, not to close, to fill this tail this week, and then the week after to the downside. If next week we'll break below the 98, we can expect 94 incoming by the end of November. If you're still here, much appreciation. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for more educational resources. If you want to join me and my elite team of traders, check the links in the description below, or just go Fibonacci-Traders.com. Choose your path with me. We will go hand by hand until you will find your own way to success. SOXX, nasty week, 8.7% to the downside. 208 now is the support, below it 192. Below 192, we can expect 150, 147 incoming by the end of 2024. SMH, not looking better, with a double top over here on the weekly from the 262 area. Continuation to the downside, 232, 220, and 200. Apple ended up the week on the green side, on the red side, sorry. But overall, since August, Apple is just moving sideways. 220 is the support, 227 resistance with this kind of doji. Nothing to expect on Apple. We need to be very, very careful. Why? Because we have a massive triple top scenario on Apple. Breaking below, we will see 211. Below 211, 196. Always, always, always prepare for both sides, and always take care of the downside. The upside will take care of itself. All you need to do as traders, we need to take care of the downside. Nvidia, 3.8% to the downside, and the weekly ended up on Friday 3.3%, which means the whole weekly candle was because of Friday. This is how it looks on the daily. We have a gap over here at the 140, another gap at the 119. Once you finish this video, go back and watch the special video I made about Nvidia just 2 days ago. Watch it before Nvidia's earnings coming up Wednesday. The biggest of them all, Nvidia. Yep, Nvidia is the biggest in the S&P 500 and overall the biggest company, market cap of 3.84. Apple 3.4. Microsoft lagging behind with 3.10. Microsoft another week, nothing much, double top of the 437. Now the 405 needs to hold support, below it 385. Palantir unstoppable. Another week, another crazy week on Palantir. Overall in the past 2 trading weeks, 52% to the upside. Are you holding Palantir? Let me know in the comments below, and if so, what is your average price and where do you think Palantir will end 2024? 2 consecutive weeks, ended up at the top, at the high of the week. Super bullish. 57 now on the weekly is the support. Long continuation, 78 193 by the end of 2025? Is it possible? With Palantir, now, these days, everything is possible. Tesla ended up Friday 3% to the upside, but overall ended up the week on the zero, went all the way during the week to the 360, got rejected by a Fibonacci resistance, went back to retest Fibonacci support that was resistance. Now, downside continuation, and we are going to retest the 291, long continuation above the 360, 406, and 467. AMD, unstoppable to the downside. Look at AMD since the peak of July until Friday's close, 41% to the downside. We are bearish, deep in bear's land. Next support is the 121. Netflix, the most underrated of them all, in my opinion. Look at this amazing uptrend channel since May of 2022. 2.5 years of just an upside. 400% in 2.5 years. Did your portfolio made 400% in the last 2 years? Let me know. If you just held Netflix in the past 2 years, your portfolio was up for now 400%. 780 is the support, 776, 780, 770, and the weekly long continuation 910 and 1000 on Netflix. Split Netflix before next earnings. Amazon ended up the week 2.7% to the downside. Now, after Jeff Bezos finished his selling, can we get 233 and maybe 255 with 195 support? Google ended up the week with 3.3% to the downside. Now, the 50%, the 170 is the support below it, 164, and back retesting this lower border of this massive uptrend channel. Coin, of course, ended up Friday with 9.7% to the upside. Overall, 13%. 13. Fibonacci number went all the way to the 334 area. Resistance. Doji. Slightly gap to the downside, but a gap is a gap. Let's see where coin is taking us. If Bitcoin will continue to the upside, of course, coin will continue the same way. MicroStrategy with 26% to the upside, now with a gap to the downside, but MicroStrategy overall looks very bearish, with 318 on the weekly as support and 290, maybe 312, 290 on the daily, long continuation on the daily 434, and the weekly, of course, we will meet 383 once again, and then 460. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit my top stocks to watch for the coming week. First, we have AA Alcoa Corporation. We have a massive resistance at the 47 area, breaking out, and we can expect 58. Don't forget, we are looking at a weekly time frame. IONQ, massive 2 weeks to the upside. Overall, 86% to the upside in just 2 weeks. Long continuation, 35 and 43. Disney, after the earnings, went up on the weekly 16.22 to the upside, ended up the week on the high of the week, long continuation, and we can expect revisiting this yellow green trend line. AFRM, sorry, overall 21% to the upside, 21 Fibonacci number. It all comes down to Fibonacci. You just need to look for them. Now we are at a massive trend line that follows higher highs. Let's see, breaking up and above it, and we will get a run towards 82. ALGN, we have a potential double bottom scenario and a line technology. This is the first bottom, double bottom. Just put an arrow over here, another arrow over here. Long, we can start taking above the 237 and then 263. Above 263, you can expect 304 and 330. And once again, if you don't want to miss any kind of these A+ setups and you want to get more A+ setups for day trading, for swing trading, all you need to do, join us, the Fibonacci Traders Discord, links in the description below. We have special rooms for day traders, for swing traders, options, crypto, special requests, general chat, ask whatever you want, especially, of course, on the stock market. We have core zone, we have study groups, we have the FTI signal, which is the FTI gives us special signals from itself. Every weekend, I give the FTI, this amazing tool that I have developed, one click away, and it can be yours. One click away, and it gives you all the support, all the resistance on any time frame, and it recalculates itself each and every candle that goes and closes, and it gives you multi-time frame point of view, and it also gives us signals for, especially for swing trading. Check the links in the description below. Join the Fibonacci Traders Discord today. I assure you, it will be your last stop on your trading journey. AT&T. Now the 22 area from resistance, 3 weeks in a row support, long continuation above the last week's highs, the 23 towards 24 and 25. K view. All we need to do now is sit back and wait for a break above the 24, and then we can go towards 25 and new all-time highs at the 28. SYK Striker Corporation, massive uptrend channel team proven otherwise. The 374 area was resistance, now needs to hold the support, long continuation, and we will see this upper red trend line, the upper border of this red channel at the 413. CLX Clorox Company, massive resistance at the 170 area. Look left, trade right, breaking above it, and we can get a run towards 180 and 193. Lift, another massive resistance, 19 area. Look left, since May of 22, each and every time, resistance, break and back inside. Now with this kind of doji, the 1670 needs to hold support. I'm waiting for a break above the 19, and then we will start our journey 22, 25, and all the way to 32. TOST, like, subscribe, check the links in the description below, and scroll the YouTube channel, the Fibonacci Traders YouTube channel. We have a playlist, the Fibonacci Traders Academy playlist, 40 videos on how to become free, on how to become a better trader, technical side, and the psychology behind trading. We have a playlist, Stock a Day. Check it out. Toast, massive 2 gains in the past two gains on the weekly. Overall, 30% in just 2 weeks. Long continuation, 46 and 43. SCHW, the Charles Schwab Company, with 9% previous week. Now let's see continuation towards this green trend line, towards the 88 and 95. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you found it helpful, educational. If so, like, subscribe, Check the links in the description below. Join me on this amazing journey. Simple one. How to make money trading the stock market. Until the next video, stay safe.